Hi demonstrators and those who have come to a class to make this box. This is our Fancy Favor Leprechaun box. And I always go the wrong way. Here we go. We'll look at him a little closer in a minute. Okay, let's get on with that. So here's our guy. Our little leprechaun. Okay. This method I'm going to show you to make him is probably the more detailed way. You could save time if you have the Build-A-Bear. You could cut out a body with the Build-A-Bear and then replace the head of the bear with this head and this hat to shorten up the process a little bit. Okay, so you're going to need, this is a Big Shot and Punches project. This is again not an original Lorraine, this came from Stampin' Connection. I did alter his hair and the colors and his buckle. I altered those too, but otherwise he's pretty much what others have done. Okay, so you're going to need some garden green cardstock. That's 11.5 by 5 inches. Okay, and you're going to need the Fancy Favor die. This is a big XL Fancy Favor die. Okay. And it makes Fancy Favor Box. I don't know if you can see the details with the fold lines and all of that. Okay, so this die, if you just use the acrylic plates that come with doing this kind of die, you might get cuts instead of creases, because these lines here are crease lines, and to get those to come out nicely, you need this pad, which is the premium crease pad for this size die, and that will give you creases very nice. And I found you can cut 2 of them at a time and get a nice crease. Okay, so that's the die. I'm not going to do all that right now. This is the green cut in the pattern. Okay, so then you just break away the excess. Okay, and because the die is actually meant for a longer piece, you'll have a smaller, end piece here for the flap. The flap on the full size, if you were using 12-inch paper, it would be wider, but this is just fine for a full size width of sticky strip. Sticky strip is what you use to put together boxes and things that have a little more tension on them. Okay, it comes in a roll like that. It has a red backer on it so you can see it. Okay, so the first thing when you want to make a box is always to fold all of the lines, score lines first. So you just fold all your score lines before you do anything. Do all the lines. This begins the flexibility. This kind of line here is always a little bit trickier, and you always want to do this, of course, before you assemble the box. It's much easier to do these folds, these more complicated folds, while you still have a flat piece of cardstock. Okay, alrighty, so then you can do a dry fit, and these 2 angled flaps will close the bottom off, and then your strip here will, so your bottom goes together like that, kind of like a Chinese takeout carton, and then this little piece here is your joining piece. But so this is what we're going to do. So first you can just put a little bit of snail on this piece here, just to hold these temporarily in place. These two rectangular pieces. Begin forming your box. Okay. Well, did I not get enough snail? Let me try that again. Okay. Alright. Alright. So now we need to have some snail on this strip here and a small piece on this rectangular flap. Okay. You can see right now that this video is going to have to be in 2 segments. I'm probably not going to make this within 15 with all the details of this box. Alright, so run your snail along that piece that's going to be your flap, closing flap. Snail, I said snail, sticky strip. Trim off at the end. And then put a piece on the opposite side. I think that one goes that way. On the opposite side here for the closing at the bottom. Trim that away. Peel off the red backing. Make sure your end's sealed good so it will adhere and just the backing will come off. Backing on the other piece as well. Make sure it's adhered well. If you don't rub it down, it won't adhere well. Okay, there we go. Alright. So do this part first, the side strip. Sticky strip is called sticky strip because it's extremely sticky. And once it's stuck, it's stuck. The only place the thing can let you fix it is if you have undo. Undo is a great product for undoing sticky strip and still leaving it sticky to try again. Okay, so here's our Fancy Favor box. Goes together nicely. Okay, and set that aside. And now we're going to start making our little leprechaun. And he's made out of several punched pieces. Those of you who got your kit got all the pieces together like this, already punched for you. So there are lots and lots of pieces to make this, okay? So you'll need a 1 3/4 inch circle of certainly celery. That's going to be his tummy. You're going to need 2 circles that are 1 3/8. Those are going to be the front and the back of his hat. See, I was so nice I even made a back of his head so that it looks good from that side too. Alright. And then word windows, 2 word windows and certainly celery. And these are for the hat, the brim of the hat. You'll need 3 scallop ovals in peach parfait. This is one of our in colors. You'll need a small oval in brushed gold. You'll need 2 1/4 inch circles for the eyes. You'll need 3 in black, and you'll need 3 1/2 inch circles in pink pirouette, and an ornament in the ornament punch in pink pirouette. You'll need the butterfly punch, celery, and you'll need 3 ovals in celery. And what you do first is you punch the small oval and then punch the white oval around it to get this shape. Don't try to do this second, not good. You'll need 1 word window in black for the belt, I never remember the name of this punch. I think it's the slot punch. Anyway, to get this little shape here for part of his buckle. Okay. So then you can start assembly. I usually start with his belly. So you're going to attach the belt, the snail, and then the gold buckle, and then this little centerpiece. And so that'll be his belly. Okay, you getting that? Alright, and then for his legs, you'll take one of these ovals and snip off the bottom. Okay, and so this will make his legs. And then you're going to take your butterfly and cut it in half, and you're going to put it in through another, it should have been the small oval, and you would probably need a handle. Put it into your circle or oval shape until you get the desired little shoe. And it looks something like this. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, and then let's go ahead and snip that, and you get your little elf shoe. And you'll do that again with the other butterfly wing. The oval just helps you get a nice little curve on the top of his shoe. Okay. So then you have those shapes, and then you will glue those onto the bottom of the legs to get that shape. Okay, and then you can add his arms, and these are like folded behind him. He's like got his hands on his hips kind of thing, so you don't need hands. So kind of go like that. Okay, you can play with that a little bit before you glue it down. Okay, and then we'll start forming his head. Okay, so you'll need his eyes, and put those kind of close together, upper middle, and you'll add a half-inch circle for the nose, and you kind of overlap the eyes a little bit. And then you can add, use a white gel pen to add the highlights in the eyes. And we'll have to stop at this point to make the next segment.